All right, so to do and see in a common way the screen that I'm going to show you, when you go to the RV section of a company in Lilly, your default screen is going to look like this, which looks different than my default screen. And here's why. When you sign up for an account, under settings, global settings, you're going to need to make two adjustments. Adjustment number one, show top section. That's on by default. You want to uncheck the show top section flag. The other thing you'll notice is on every one of my screens, I have a market cap weighted average, right? So there's an option here to put on the market cap weighted average to the screen. Check the box that says market cap weighted average. That way, when you go and compare companies, it'll give you a weighted average based on the size of the company. I don't want you to use a straight average because then a small company could distort the industry average. So we'll weight it based on size of company, based on market cap in this case. So we're going to check the market cap weighted average button. So check that box. By the way, the other thing you might want to do is where it says Excel export mode, set it so where it says static data, not dynamic link. Here's why. Bloomberg lets you export data. One of the coolest features of Bloomberg is that when you export it to Excel and you take that Excel file and you open it again, it will actually pull from Bloomberg the most recent data and auto-populate it. So therefore, if you set up an Excel, you can just open the Excel and it'll just give you the most recent data for whatever you're looking at. Very nice feature of Bloomberg. However, in order for that to auto-populate, you actually have to be at a Bloomberg terminal. And if you're not at a Bloomberg terminal, it'll just error out and it won't show anything. So that's going to be your problem. If you export dynamic data from Bloomberg and you turn in an assignment, it'll just give us a bunch of errors and we won't be able to see what you saw because basically we're not at a terminal when we're grading your assignments. So therefore, static data. Switch it to static data, which means Bloomberg exports numbers. All right, so just make sure, just keep it easy for you. If you do any exporting in Excel, you won't have to do it for this assignment, but for future assignments, static data. That way, when you leave the lab and you open up your Excel file, the data will be there. It'll be the numbers. If you do dynamic and you leave the lab, you'll just get error out and you won't see anything. You'll have to go back to the lab. So I'm setting you up for that right now, make your lives a little bit easier. And then finally, for comparables, number of comparables, it's at 15. Let's make that 50. All right? So I want to have up to 50 companies on my list as opposed to up to 15 companies on my list. So right now, if you go into the RV screen, you'll see, it'll say closest 15 competitors. All right? By making it 50, closest 50 competitors. I want a bigger list. Right? And then leave the other stuff alone. So once you do that, close it. It'll save it. And you'll notice that your screen will switch. So the top of the screen is no longer there, and you'll see the bigger list. And more importantly, you'll see a list that has a lot more companies on it because your default list is set to 15. So these are the global settings that you have to change to basically set us up so that we can look at it in a common way in this class, right? I just recorded this, posting it to YouTube. Okay. What is today? Feb 1. Okay, just save that.